Let's move on to the next topic, Bryson Barnes. Bryson Barnes has had a few good weeks recently, right? The bad week against Oregon, but overall in the past few weeks, there's been some good ones. We have the USC game. We have the ASU game. Obviously, ASU, we didn't light up the stat sheet, but if you watch the game, it was super impressive. He put us in a position where we didn't need to throw anymore, right? I was super impressed. Wild, let's let you lead this one off, man. What do you think about Bryson Barnes? Where's your confidence level in him going into this game?
He looks more poised now than he was earlier this year, but Barnes is who he is, right? Like, I mean, he doesn't really have a very good deep ball. He's tough and like he's a leader. He's gritty and stuff. So we all love him for who he is, and so I'm not going to say anything negative about Bryson Barnes based on his history with the program and stuff. Like, he will be the starter for the rest of this year, and then he will hand the reins over to either Cam Rising or Isaac Wilson. These are the last few games that he'll start in the Utah uniform. We might need him again next year if we get hurt and stuff, but he's going to have to play the best game of his life to beat Washington this week, and he's going to have to make some passes in the intermediate and long passing game to win this football game. He can't just have short passes. So his toughness, his grit, his leadership, we need it. We need it this weekend bad, and then I'm hoping that he can pull a rabbit out of the hat and bust off some big-time plays and play the game of life to get the dub here. UW.
Love it. Yeah. Hopefully he rises to the occasion and makes something happen. Brian, you go next, man. What do you think? Where's your confidence level in Bryson Barnes right now?
It's high right now. He's definitely getting more comfortable at the position. The playbook's opening up for him. That's going to help him out a lot. He can make a lot more throws than what people think. And I'll disagree a little bit. I think he has a fairly decent deep ball. Maybe not on his arm strength so much. He can't throw it as far as some others, but I feel like his accuracy is pretty decent on the deep ball. We've seen it a couple of years ago in the Rose Bowl with that throw to Kincaid. I mean, it's not a, 50, 60 yard in the air throw, but if he can get it 40 to, even 40 to 50 yards in the air, I feel like he has decent accuracy. We just need to open that up more and let Money Parks do his thing. That's the guy that needs to be going for those. He's got other receivers that, are the big possession type receivers that can go up and just get those 50-50 balls in Vele and now McLean. I mean, I think that gives him a lot of confidence. What happened last weekend with McLean, in the back of that end zone where he just basically threw it up for him. I think his running ability has really come to light. He can run the ball. He's a good scrambler, and he's making good decisions. 3 of the last 4 games. So if he can keep doing that against Washington, I think we can move the ball on them. They give up, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but they give up a lot of yards, especially in the passing game. So there's a real opportunity here for Bryson Barnes to really supplant himself in Utah's lore with a giant win at Washington.
That's a good point, dude. It's funny. You were talking about his arm strength. Have you guys ever seen, he's connected on some deep balls, like you said? It's not that bad of arm strength. But have you ever seen a guy put his body into the throw as much as Bryson Barnes does? It literally looks like he's shot putting the ball. He's just everything he's got when he goes deep, which is, it works.
Do what you got to do, right?
but definitely, you can tell he has to give it everything he's got. Larry, and what are your thoughts? Where is your confidence in Bryson Barnes? You going to be right in the middle of these two? That's my guess.
Yeah, I have. Well, it's kind of funny. One of my friends, he's a coach. He actually finally, because the Pee-wees, his team won their championship, but he finally got to go to one of the games. Yeah, and so we've been talking for a while, and he said there were guys running wide open. He only watches one half of the field. He said there were guys, Money Parks, that were wide open, and he was only seeing one side of the field. And so to me, we've had some talks. Ludwig's going to have a hell of a game plan and he's going to have Bryson being able to read the keys, because we talked about that. Bryson can kind of read a defense. Bryson does not really know where to go with the ball after the snap. I kind of felt like that. I think he's good, and I think Ludwig's the guy to get him set up. I'm just hoping our game plan is going good. And I did see Dallin Bentley in the Arizona State game. He came in second half. He didn't get any targets, but my God, did you see him like running? And like, that dude's a guy. I wouldn't doubt if he gets a breakout and we go with a 12 personnel. I'm kind of thinking we might see some new stuff. And I think Bryson can play in that 12 personnel, because that's what he practiced with last year. So maybe we can get back to that. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I think he did.
Didn't Bentley spring or deliver that block to get Nate Johnson that big run? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Sorry,
when Landon,
I was just thinking that.
No, you're good. And then when Landon King got his touchdown, Bentley was right behind him, wide open. So, I mean, Bryson had two choices. I'm hoping that Dallin's good to go, and I'm hoping we run 12 personnel, because I think that did fit Bryson really good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
good points, Larry.
Yeah. So hopefully Ludwig's got a great plan. If he does, I think Bryson can execute if Ludwig sets him up. So that's where I sit.
Good points. Yeah, it feels like Bryson can definitely get it done if the opportunity's there. I have a lot of faith in Bryson. I'd say my confidence, I'm more with Brian. I'm pretty excited after that game. I'd say Bryson got me in a good mood. Larry, I did see plays, even in the highlight reel, I saw plays where there was wide open receivers and Bryson is not throwing to them, but he holds onto the ball and the O-line does a good enough job to not get him sacked and someone else gets open, whoever he's staring down. But I do notice that quite a bit as well. I feel like we're definitely going to need to, we'll talk about keys of the game later, but that's probably a good point.